In this video, we will talk about the Minotaur's Labyrinth, a tale of terror and tragedy. So before we get started, make sure to hit the like button. Also subscribe to our channel. Chronicles explain the Minotaur's Labyrinth remains one of the most haunting legends of Greek mythology. Hidden within a dark maze beneath Crete, this half-man, half-bull creature was both a symbol of terror and a prisoner of fate. Born of a cursed union and locked away by a king, the Minotaur's story is not just one of horror. It is also steeped in sorrow, betrayal, and destiny. From ancient myths to modern retellings, the Labyrinth and its monstrous guardian echo timeless themes of fear, punishment, and redemption. This is a tale where heroism collides with cruelty, and where tragedy lies behind every twist of stone. 1. The birth of the beast, a curse conceived by the gods. The origin of the Minotaur is a story steeped in divine punishment, betrayal, and unnatural obsession. When King Minos defied the sea god Poseidon by refusing to sacrifice a sacred white bull, the god cursed his queen, Pasiphae, with an uncontrollable desire for the creature. With the help of Daedalus, she satisfied her unnatural lust, giving birth to the Minotaur, a being of horrifying duality, part man and part bull. From his first breath, the Minotaur symbolized divine retribution and mortal hubris, a living embodiment of how defying the gods could warp nature, fate, and the very fabric of existence. 2. The Labyrinth, Daedalus's deadly masterpiece. Tasked with containing the abomination born from divine punishment, Daedalus constructed the Labyrinth, an architectural marvel and a psychological nightmare. This endless maze, hidden beneath the palace at Knossos, was a prison with no windows, no doors, and no mercy. Its winding corridors and deceptive paths were designed not just to trap the Minotaur, but to terrify anyone who dared enter. The labyrinth became more than a physical structure. It represented fear, confusion, and the chaos of a mind lost in darkness. As the monster wandered its corridors, the labyrinth stood as a chilling reminder of the cost of crossing gods and nature. 3. King Minos's cruelty, tribute of flesh and fear. Keep the beast fed and appeased, King Minos demanded a horrific tribute from Athens. 7 young men and 7 maidens sent every 9 years to be sacrificed in the labyrinth. This brutal tax was the price for a past war, and it served as both punishment and psychological terror. The Athenian youths were cast into the maze, unarmed, left to be hunted by the monstrous Minotaur. These human offerings revealed the dark heart of Minos's reign, where fear was currency and innocent lives were a tool of dominance. Each tribute renewed the cycle of blood and sorrow within Crete's walls. 4. Theseus, the hero who challenged the beast among the doomed Athenian youth 1 year, was Theseus, the brave prince determined to end the horror. With courage in his heart and vengeance in his mind, he volunteered to enter the labyrinth not to die, but to slay the beast and break the cycle. Theseus represented defiance against tyranny and bravery in the face of insurmountable fear. His journey into the maze was not just a heroic act, but a deep dive into the darkest parts of fate, sacrifice, and survival. He became a living symbol of human will, standing firm in a place where even gods and monsters feared to tread. 5. Ariadne's thread, love, cleverness, and escape. Ariadne, daughter of King Minos, fell in love with Theseus and chose to betray her father to help him survive. She gave Theseus a ball of enchanted thread so he could trace his path through the labyrinth. Her small act of compassion became legendary, symbolizing the importance of cleverness, love, and guidance through chaos. Without Ariadne's gift, Theseus would have perished like the others. Her thread wasn't just physical, it was metaphorical, a lifeline through confusion and despair. Ariadne's role reminds us that even in the darkest tales of monsters and mazes, a spark of light and loyalty can shine through. 6. The slaying of the Minotaur. Victory or murder? Deep within the heart of the labyrinth, Theseus confronted the Minotaur and killed him in a brutal, primal battle. Though this moment is often hailed as a heroic triumph, it also raises unsettling questions. Was the Minotaur truly evil, or simply a creature cursed by fate, locked in a prison not of its own making? Theseus's victory ended the suffering of the tributes, but it also silenced a tragic being who never chose to be born. This act, while seen as noble, also highlights the fine line between justice and cruelty, heroism and slaughter, glory and guilt. 7. Betrayal and loss. Ariadne's abandonment. Despite Ariadne's pivotal role in Theseus's success, her story ends in heartbreak. As they fled Crete, Theseus abandoned her on the island of Naxos, asleep and alone. The reasons for this betrayal vary: divine intervention, cold pragmatism, or emotional cowardice, but its impact is universal. Love turned to loss. Ariadne's abandonment mirrors the cruelty and unpredictability of fate that runs through the entire myth. Even those who offer love and light in the darkest moments are not guaranteed happiness. Her sorrow echoes as deeply as the Minotaur's roar, reminding us that heroism often comes at the cost of someone else's tragedy. 8. Daedalus and Icarus. The inventor's curse. Daedalus, the mastermind behind the labyrinth, was ultimately imprisoned by King Minos, punished for helping Theseus and Ariadne escape. His cleverness became his curse. In a desperate bid for freedom, he built wings for himself and his son Icarus to escape Crete. But Icarus flew too close to the sun. His wings melted and he fell into the sea. This story, spun from the threads of the Minotaur legend, shows how even genius cannot outfly fate. Daedalus's life became a cycle of creation and consequence, where every invention held a cost and every escape came with a devastating price. 9. The Labyrinth's legacy, a symbol through time. The story of the Minotaur and his labyrinth has outlived the ancient world, echoing through art, literature, psychology, and popular culture. The labyrinth is now seen not only as a literal maze, but as a symbol of the human mind. Complex, confusing, and sometimes monstrous. It represents inner battles, hidden fears, and the journey towards self-understanding. The Minotaur, too, lives on as a figure of the misunderstood other, a creature both victim and villain. From ancient pottery to modern novels and films, this myth has inspired generations to explore what lies beneath the surface of our myths, our minds, and ourselves. 10. Terror and tragedy entwined, the heart of the myth. At its core, the tale of the Minotaur is not just about monsters and heroes, it is about sorrow, cruelty, and choices that lead to suffering. Every character is caught in a web of fate and consequence. A queen cursed, a king corrupted, a child turned into a beast, a hero who kills, and a lover who is left behind. The myth challenges us to consider who the real monster is. Sometimes it's not the one with horns. In this tragic tale, terror walks hand in hand with heartbreak. creating a story that is as emotionally powerful as it is chilling. The legend of the Minotaur and his labyrinth is a story woven with fear, betrayal, sacrifice, and sorrow. Beneath the monstrous roars and winding walls lies a powerful reflection of the human condition, our mistakes, our longing for redemption, and our fear of the unknown. Each figure in the tale plays a part in a grand tragedy, where even heroes leave wounds and monsters carry pain. This myth endures not just for its horror, but for its depth. The labyrinth may be a maze of stone, but the emotions it contains, loss, love, cruelty, and courage, still echo through time and memory. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.